So everyone, welcome to the Monster Energy British Grand Prix post-MotoGP race press conference. So it was a pretty stunning race today, lots to talk about. And Fabio Quartararo, Monster Energy Yamaha MotoGP, you came out on top. A stunning performance here at Silverstone. And Alex Rins, second place, back on the podium here in the UK for Team Suzuki X-Star. And some history made in third, with Aleix Espargaro getting his Aprilia Racing Team Gresini machine onto the podium. Congratulations, guys. There's so much to talk about, but we'll start with the simple one for you, Fabio. Yes. Pretty incredible performance from you. Really big advantage there at the end, but you had to work through after the start. You didn't get the perfect launch, but once you were in the lead, then you were just able to pull away, manage it. Talk us through the race for you.
Yes, I get a great start. I mean, I was a bit scared about the device because I was using front and rear, and I managed to get a really great start, second. But then on the straight, I saw Aleix overtaking me, but I didn't see Bagnaia. So, yes, on the first laps was a bit tricky because on turn 8, I go super wide. And no, at the end, I was feeling so good because you know, the massive improvement from last year is the front feeling, and you know, to overtake like where I overtook Paul, I mean, you need to have confidence on that corner, and this is why I think I built that confidence, and yeah, so happy about my race, and I expect some corners to be worse, and the corner I was thinking that was going to be bad was okay, so. I'm really happy.
Well, congratulations. And of course, last time we came to Silverstone, you only made one corner, so that must be a great turnaround for you. But also, it was an interesting dynamic coming into this weekend with Joan Mir and Pecco Bagnaia, your closest challengers in the points. Also, not so much experience here, Mir none in MotoGP. And at the end of the race, you've now got a 65-point advantage. Is that something you're really looking at, or are you just going race by race, concentrating on your form, or does it matter to feel like you've really got that advantage now?
Yeah, it was something funny because before coming here I saw many comments about I will do mistakes, or I have the pressure because I'm the only Yamaha really fighting on the top, but it's all reverse. I mean, I never felt that great on the bike, and Yamaha is really not pushing me because, you know, I think they are really happy of how we are working, and they have confidence with me, so I never felt great like this. And you know, when you have this advantage, it's making me even more eager, you know, to don't think about the championship, because right until now I don't think, apart from Austria too, where I get into to change the tires. But yeah, I'm feeling great, and I think is the best feeling I ever had.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So, Alex, we'll move on to you. Fair to say you've had a tougher season so far at times in 2021, but here you took that stunning win a couple of years ago. It's really been a great venue for you. Qualifying maybe not the greatest it could have been, leaving you a bit of work to do today, but you got it done, you moved through again. It must be a great feeling to be back on the podium and get a good chunk of points as well.
Yeah, you know, I'm super happy for this second position, because I was checking the world standings, and since early the first part of the championship, we get a lot of zero, a lot of crashes, and yeah, finally, I was saying, no, that we have the level, we have the pace, and finally we finish again on the top. And I'm super happy because starting from P10 is not easy. I was trying to overtake as soon as possible. But you know, all the team deserves this position. I think also myself. So yeah, let's try to keep this performance, because I think we can get it, no?
It reminded me of a quote from the late great Nicky Hayden talking about momentum, and he said, when everything's going well, you feel like you're on top of the world and nothing can go wrong, and when a couple of things have gone wrong, it's the same but the opposite. So now, do you think using this podium, looking ahead to Aragon, obviously last year was a great venue for you, do you feel like you've got this in the bag and you can really build on it now for the end of the season?
I think, but it's not easy. It's not easy because our competitors, our rivals, they are quite strong. So it's true that last 2 years we did a very great race here. Also last year we did a good result in Alcañiz, first and second in the 2 races. But you know, this year everything changes. There are the Yamahas, the Ducatis, the Aprilia, the Honda, quite strong. So let's see if we can continue on this shape. That with this way of work, I think we can reach more podiums.
Well, congratulations. Great to see you back on the podium.
Thank you.
So, Aleix, there's a lot to talk about with this 3rd place for you today. So, obviously, for Aprilia, it's a huge step. I think it was 6th that was the best result for the factory in the MotoGP era before. This season, there have been so many times when you've been just so close to that top 5. This weekend, you seemed confident you could make it happen and even fight for the podium, and you've actually done it. First of all, how does it feel for you to be back on the podium after 7 years since you were last here in MotoGP?
Yes, has been a long time, but as you said, it was very important to finish in the podium this year. But at the end, the most important thing is to grow up, to improve the bike. So it hasn't been a podium due to the weather condition or the crash of the others. So we've been very close in the previous races, and finally to finish in the podium is something that gives me more motivation to keep working and improving the bike. I think we're doing a good job. We are closer than ever. And yeah, finally it's fantastic for Aprilia. I think we really deserve this podium because it has been a very long 5 years, especially 2 years ago. I suffered a lot. It was very difficult. The bike wasn't competitive. I crashed many times. And sincerely, it was one of my most difficult years. So finally, look like the things are going in a better direction, and look like also the future is promising for us. So hopefully we can keep the momentum.
So like you say, the future is promising, and the future is also full factory team next year. Was it then that making it so vital to get this podium this season? And how are you going to move forward now for the rest of the season? Are your expectations higher because of the podium, or is it all still just so focused on the bike and making those steps so you can consistently compete there?
Yeah, I mean, Aprilia is doing really good progress. Since the arrival of Massimo Rivola, we improved a lot the team. I think now we show that we have a good potential. There is still many things to improve. As you said, next year we're going to be full factory. Also Maverick is joining the team. So yeah, I mean, the future looks good for us. Obviously the season is still on. I want more and more. It's not enough for me. Now I have a lot less pressure because I had a lot of pressure. Everybody was asking me, is this race the podium one? Is this race the podium one? So finally, already the podium. So let's go for more. Aragon is a circuit that I love. So let's keep working hard and see if we can improve this result.
Aragon is the last track where you took a MotoGP podium, so it bodes well. Congratulations, it's great to see you back on the box and Aprilia as well. Now we'll see if we've got any questions from the floor.
Michel Turco, question for Fabio. If you have to compare this win to the other win you got this year, how important is it in terms of point for the championship?
This win compared to the others.
Is it the most important win of the season for you?
Yes, but you know, I'm not really, like I said, focused on the championship. But it's true that when you look, you start with 47 points lead and you go to 65. Of course, it's the most important one. But yes, I feel like you know, before to start that race, I was, let's say, telling myself to don't think about the championship at least. Until after Misano, and actually right now I think I don't want to think anymore because it's like that I'm enjoying and I feel good on the bike. So I'm going to the next one like if it was the first one, and I'm enjoying. So I'm super happy.
Sorry, if I can get another one to you, Fabio. Next race is Aragon, which is not the best track for you. Having this advantage on the championship, I can imagine that you get there quite relaxed.
Yes, it's a track that I never been really. I've been fast because last year we made pole position, but it's a track that I don't feel great. Let's say I never been really consistent on that track, and I think this year is the perfect moment to really take it on that way, to try to improve our consistency there. And also with the confidence we have on the front this year, I think we can make a massive step. So Austria was a track that we struggled a lot last year, Aragon too, so I think we have made a big step in Austria, so I think we will do it also in Aragon.
Simon Patterson from the race. A question for Aleix. Aleix, we're going next to Aragon. It's a track that you love. It's a track where you've had your best Aprilia results, and I think you've got some technical upgrades coming as well for it. What sort of potential are you expecting from the bike there? And secondly, how important was it today, or was it on your mind today, to sort of send a message to Maverick to say, look what we've got for next year?
Yeah, I mean, regarding next race, obviously Aragon is a circuit that I like. We are in a good shape now. The bike's working good, and normally in Aragon the bike is always competitive. As you said, we have a fresh engine there, so let's see. Also, look like it's not the favorite circuit of Fabio, so race will be a little bit slower. Yeah, I mean, we have to fight for the podium again, that's for sure, but this is, I say, every week. So finally, now I finish on the podium here, so in Aragon I want more. I feel that we're ready to fight again for the podium. And regarding Maverick, yes, obviously, if somebody at the beginning of the season tell you that you will finish with Yamaha and you will go to Aprilia, you will say this is 10 steps back. But obviously the way he finished with Yamaha is not nice, that's for sure. But it's not that bad, because the Aprilia is a competitive bike. We're still not at the level of the Yamaha, that's for sure, but we are on the way, and I think he will enjoy a lot riding the Aprilia. I think in 2 days he will jump on it in Misano, and he will have to adapt, because it's completely another story from Yamaha, but as I showed today, the bike is on the way.
Romain Deneux from L'Equipe. Question for Alex and Aleix. Do you think the championship is already over with Fabio?
Well, for sure, Fabio took a lot of advantage now. In the end, everything can happen because this is MotoGP. But you know, if he stay calm and he goes like he's doing now, I think he will get it. I think he make a big step compared last year. So if he continue like this, he can take it.
For me, it's not about the difference in points he have. I mean, he's riding better than the rest. He's riding better than all of us. So he can enjoy, he can keep riding like he rides. He also can do some mistakes due to the extra points he have. But the biggest difference is not the championship, the point standings. I mean, he's riding better than all of us. In the moment, he's the fastest man. So this is why it's quite easy for him, I think, this year to win the title, because he doesn't look somebody that can really beat him in every single race, and you have to beat him every race with the advantage he has. So the biggest difference is not the points, it's his riding style.
Simon Patterson from the race with another question for all three of you this time. Today is the first race since 1972 where the top 6 bikes have been 6 different manufacturers. Oh. Does it feel as close on track like it does for us watching it? Does it feel like it could be any one of 6 manufacturers alongside you every week on the podium?
Honestly, I didn't know, and I think it's nice, because I remember when I was watching the races not so long ago, I mean 6, 7 years ago, was mainly Honda and Yamaha. Let's say it was always the Honda team, Yamaha, but now it's really nice, you know, to see a lot of manufacturers. And I always have an image from 2019 already, where we were in Brno and we're top 6, I think, in FP3, with a long track like that. Like all the 6 bikes were 0.3, so it means like is nice, and I think for the future is something really interesting. So yeah, I think it's fun.
Yeah, since last year, I remember that we took a picture in Portimao with the different winners, no, and was a lot of different winners with the different bikes, no. I think this means that everything is so close, everything is so battled. But yeah, I think in the end we need to be there and make this small difference. But yeah, for sure it's unbelievable the rivalry that we can show on track.
Yeah, for me it's unbelievable. It's fantastic. Sincerely, it's crazy. The level of riders in MotoGP now is the highest I ever seen. Is unbelievable how many fast riders we have on the grid. But it's not just a rider championship. It's also a manufacturer championship. I know how important it is for every manufacturer when they have new device, when they need to develop something new. So this is fantastic. It's great because in the past, as Fabio said, if you want to win, you just can win with Yamaha or with Honda. Now look like still all bikes are not the same, but all bikes are competitive. So you can do a good job with 6 manufacturers, and this is unbelievable. Sincerely, it's crazy.
Hi guys, Niki Kovács from Nemzeti Sport Online and Motor Review Hungary. Congratulations to all of you. I would have questions for Fabio and then for Aleix. Fabio, you said during the weekend that this is an individual sport, but Lynn Jarvis more or less confirmed, 99%, that Franco Morbidelli will be again your teammate from Misano, looks like. So your thoughts on this, to be again in the same team with him? And also one of the big official news of this weekend was that Petronas SRT will close as it is now. And you are coming from that team, so I would like to get your opinion also about this, please. And then to Aleix.
Yes, it's an individual team, and yeah, Franco is coming from Misano, but it's not something that I really care, because I'm on my season, and of course he will be very, very welcome on the team. But I don't look the left side of the garage. And about Petronas, yeah, it's sad because we start on a really good way. We make 7 podium on our first year. And last year we made, with Franco, 6 wins. So it was quite an amazing 2 years, and it's quite sad to see that third year. But I mean, for sure other teams also have some issues. But yeah, I hope they will fight back and be on top again, behind us, of course.
And to Aleix, how were the first couple of laps fighting with Paul? Did you get any excited? Did you have the time to think about that we, the brothers, now are in front? And then the last lap with Jack, I think you just thought, no man, now this is my turn, not yours.
Yeah, the first laps were good. I feel extremely good this weekend with the full tank. And I start and I felt competitive. The bike was working good. So when I saw Paul in front of me, I tried to follow him. But when I saw that I really had a stronger pace, I tried to overtake him. And then I made a small mistake. I went wide, and then when I was preparing the attack again, the bike stopped suddenly in the back straight. I don't know what happened. But then the bike ran again, and I lose a couple of positions. So I lose the chance to follow Fabio. I knew perfectly that he was the man to follow. And my race will be a little bit easier if I was able to follow him at least for 5-6 laps, because then I was able to open a gap. But I couldn't, because when I overtook Pecco and my brother, Fabio already gone half second, 1 second, and I couldn't catch him. And yeah, on the last lap, sincerely, I made a big mistake, because I was focused just with Alex to try to attack him for the second place, and I didn't really care about who was coming, and this was a big mistake because I opened the door on the last chicane. But I think today I ride quite smooth, quite clever, saving rear tires, so I had more traction than Jack, and I was able to get back my 3rd position. But today, as you said, the podium was mine 100%, so I was full convinced.
Hi guys, Lewis Duncan from Autosport. I have a question also for Aleix. You said earlier in this weekend that you felt that you are one of the top 3 riders in MotoGP. So how important was it to get this podium to back up those comments to the people?
Yeah, I mean, I never said that I was one of the top 3 riders of MotoGP. What I was saying was that I felt that on that moment right now, I'm riding in a very high level, in the top 3 of the riders in the MotoGP class. I truly believe that it's like this, but this is a sport where you have to prove it. You have to also have a good bike to prove it. And today we did a good race. I think today I had better speed than 3rd position. I was really convinced to try to follow Fabio, but I didn't have the pace that I had in the warm-up or yesterday because it was very cold, and with the medium front, I didn't have the pace. I was in the grid when I saw that Fabio changed front for the soft. I was doubting a lot, but because I made my lap times also on the braking very, very hard, at the end, the safer option was to stay on the medium, and I lose a little bit of speed with the medium. But anyway, I think I'm proving I'm riding good, in a good level. My bike is improving a lot, but it's Aprilia. It's still not a winning bike, so I think I'm in a good shape riding.
Thank you, Aleix.
Hi, David Emmett from motormatters.com. A question for Fabio and a question for Aleix. First for Fabio. If my mathematics is correct, 3rd place for the rest of the season is enough to win the championship. Does this change your approach to the championship? Will you be more conservative? And for Aleix, we saw, it's a fantastic podium for you, for Aprilia. You were fantastic all weekend. Is there something specific about the conditions and the track that helps you make this step, or are you ready to be on the podium every week?
I will not change my approach because I'm enjoying so much to fight for the victories. Then the championship is something that it come if you make that result. So at the moment, my approach is still the same. And of course, if in one race I feel like it's not possible, I will not make stupid mistakes. So my approach is still the same, but of course, you know that you have a little bit more margin to play. But my approach will be to arrive on the track and see our potential, and if we have the opportunity, we will fight for the victory and for the podium.
Yeah, for me, actually what makes me happy is that this podium didn't arrive in a wet race or because somebody crashed. We've been knocking the door so far many races this year, so this is what makes me really happy, is that we are strong. Actually, when the engine stopped in Le Mans, I was in top 5. When the engine stopped in Austria, I also was very, very strong in a very difficult circuit for me, and I was convinced that we could fight for the podium there as well. So Silverstone is not a special track. We are competitive everywhere. I'm sure that if we didn't have these 2 engine problem, we will be able also to fight for the top 3 in the championship, because if you watch the points and the classification, we are not that far. So hopefully on the next races we can confirm this. We can. I know it's not going to be easy. It's not like automatically I will be fighting for podium every race, but I think we are more close than ever. And as I said before, I think every rider in MotoGP class is quite equal right now, except Fabio, who is one step riding faster than the rest. But I don't see nobody faster than me apart from him right now. So hopefully I will be in the podium in next races as well.
Thank you very much.
Pavlovic from Motorsport Aktuell and Motorrad from Germany. A question to Aleix. So Aleix, you were always the absolute top Aprilia rider since you have arrived there. Could you describe what makes your riding style so superior on the Aprilia? And could you explain what was the last step that Aprilia made to bridge the gap and now be able to get on the podium?
Yeah, I mean, one thing is clear. I never tried to adapt the bike to myself, that's for sure. During these 5 years, I always tried to make a bike competitive. Obviously, I said to the engineers what I would like, because I was the rider number one and the one who had to develop the bike. But I always try to adapt myself to the bike, always trying to stress the bike on the very good points of the bike and try to improve the weakness points. And this has been my job for these 5 years. Since the arrival of Massimo Rivola, many things has changed in Noale. The way we work, many engineers new has come. There is nothing free in this sport. You need to put money, you need to invest. This is what we did. And the RSGP 21 is the highest on the stability side due to the downforce. Also, the geometry, we change a little bit also the balance by changing the engine position. So many things has been done in these last 2 years, and now we are seeing the results. But this is a consequence of many small things that you have to change during the years.
Hello, Diogo from Motorcycle Sports. A question to Alex Rins. Do you think that this second place, that is a boost of confidence for you for the rest of the championship? And do you think it's for the team also regarding you?
Well, thank you for the close to sleep. For sure it's a boost for me. And for the team, because during the first part of the season we struggle a lot to finish a race in a good result. But I think I believe in me and my team believes in me that since the first race we were able to be there. But I think as I said before, will be difficult to be constant because the rivals are so strong. But yeah, let's try to keep this work. Let's try to now to go race by race. Next race is Aragon, a place where I think that we are quite fast. So let's see how it's going.
Okay, well, woken up just in time for the end of the press conference. Thanks so much, guys. Congratulations again. Great race, great performances, lots to talk about. Maybe see you at Motorland.